What's going on? What's going on? I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Before I get started, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate your support. This is actually episode 159. 159. And this episode is Inside Out. Inside Out. So, as you can see, my shirt is actually inside out, right? And I'm going to use my shirt as a prop. Okay, so there's a reason for that. When we talk about people in general, even ourselves personally, we go through different things, right? And everyone has a version of themselves, right? Everyone has a feeling of how they actually feel about themselves or other people. Things are not always what they seem, right? On surface. And sometimes you kind of feel like you're inside out because you feel like there's a lot of things that's not exactly right and you really can't put your finger on it. So you feel as if you are inside out. I'm going to take a stab at this, right? I'm sure we are all sitting back and we're on in this great country of ours. And we're starting to see things that are starting to surface that kind of puts you on one side or on the other side. How about this? It's an interesting parody when you try to figure out, we all know right from wrong, right? We all have a clear understanding of what that means. When you are in a position of power, I'll go that angle first, and you're making decisions from that position, but there is no moral code, there is no value system, there is nothing that has anything to do with making decisions based on one's morality, right? So therefore, if you're dealing with people who are inside out on how they view other people because they're not too sure of themselves, they feel that way because there's a lot of reasons why people make decisions when they're in power. They might be insecure. They might be dealing with other personal issues that one may not even know about. But yet and still, they're in a powerful position to make decisions that affect everybody, including their own family members, right? They're not going to come to you on surface and tell you that there's something going on. It could be a mental condition. It could be a health condition. It could be a bevy of things. On surface, you're looking at individuals and groups of people of power, and because they have their own idiosyncrasies, because they are inside out within themselves, but again, you will not know that because to you, everything's on surface. There's levels and depths to this stuff, right? But yet and still, decisions are being made that affects everyone. And not all decisions are good decisions, but they're decisions that are made for the people who are in power to continue to do the things that they do. How does that affect everybody else? Now, that's on one side of the spectrum. Here's the other side of the spectrum. If you are dealing with any situation that you're going through in life, right? So you connect it to this way. There are going to be people around you and people that you deal with that are inside out type peoples. Inside out type people. What does that mean? They're so confused on what they're doing with themselves, but yet and still, they're a part of you because you allow them to be part of you. Have you ever been in a group of people and you're the one thinking, you're the same one in the group thinking, why are we making these decisions? That's a good choice to go over there. But you got the inside out people, the confused people who don't really care about what's going on with them. So if they don't care what's going on with them, do you really think they're worried about how that's going to affect you? You ever stop to think about that? There are many decisions made based on loyalty with friends, loyalty with family members, loyalty with just different facets in your life. And sometimes you can be loyal to people, loyalty in a fault or by fault, because no matter what somebody else is doing, you really want them around you. So you put yourself in that position, knowing, actually praying and hoping that it don't flip the other way, but usually it does. then your life becomes inside out because you let somebody else drag you in a position that you knew full well wasn't going to be good for you in the first place. But because you're loyal, because you want them around you so bad, you allow their inside out, situations and issues to become your issues. Now you walking around with your shirt on backwards, inside out, because you want to be around them so bad. You allowed yourself to get duped. You allowed yourself to get taken advantage of. You allowed yourself to be walked on just because you want that person in your life, even though you know it's going to flip in a different direction. So when you start putting all this stuff together, you have to figure out, and it's not being, and some, I was going to say it's not being selfish, but you know what? Sometimes you need to be selfish to protect yourself, to protect your heart, to protect your family, to protect your goals, to protect your dreams, to protect your future. Sometimes you have to be selfish, because if not, so that's an inside out type thinker in person, and they show in their actions, right? They're so all over the place. Some people may put tags on, oh, well, that person is scatterbrained, or that person is this, or that person is that, or you get this. Oh, I'm gonna throw a name out just for the sake of this particular, but that's just Billy. Well, after a while, if Billy doing some jacked up stuff, after a while, we can't continue to, oh, that's just let Billy be Billy. That's just Billy. No, Billy need to get on somewhere. Billy need to kick rocks with no socks. I hope it hurts. Exit stage left. Because if Billy is doing something that's going to hurt you in the long run, hurt your family that you're trying to work for, then Billy needs to, like I said, because in the end, if you know what's right for you, you can't allow Billy or anybody else to make decisions for you. So the inside out piece that I'm talking about, it can't affect you because you know better. If you see me coming down the street and my shirt is like this, there's a few different things that you're going to think. Nonverbal communication. You're going to think to yourself, something's wrong with that man. Does he know that his shirt is on inside out? Does he know that he left his, okay, he actually looked in the mirror, left his house with his shirt inside. Something is going on with that man. That's what you would think. Nonverbal communication. You won't say it, but that's what you would think. Then you have those who will say it. Excuse me, sir, your shirt is inside out. Are you okay? Okay. And then you have, especially the young people, they might just crack on you, start laughing, cracking jokes on you, whatever. But here's my point. How about the individual thinkers? And okay. When you are an individual thinker and someone is dealing with you on a level that you know doesn't make sense, you have to call it out and you have to face it and put it on its ear the way it's supposed to be put on the ear. What I mean by that is no one should be able to tell you something that does not make sense and you go along with it. No, you need to call a spade and call it what it is. There's no point in time where someone can come to you. I don't care if they are a person of power. Their misguided, deranged mindset should not affect you as an individual thinker, independent thinker, where you wouldn't go and fact check certain things, look up, understand how this stuff is going to affect you and your family. And that's on every level. And I'm talking from politics all the way down to a job, all the way down to just making your basic decisions as an independent thinker. We have to stop allowing people to tell us that it's raining when we know it's not. It's 4 inches of snow outside and we know it's 90 degrees. There's a whole bunch of people over there and, oh my God, they've been computer generated over there and there's a million people over there and you sitting in your backyard, ain't nobody outside but you. We have to stop. If something is not right, we have to say it's not right. These inside out analogies that I just gave deals with a certain mentality that I think over time we become accustomed to allowing people to do certain things and we know it's not. If I'm able to walk outside and someone doesn't tell me that my shirt is inside out, therein lies the problem. And someone should be able to tell me, hey, Nap, it's the end, Gene, whatever they want to call me. Are you aware that your shirt is inside out? Why would I get upset if somebody's correcting me because I have my shirt on inside out, right? I would be happy to say, oh man, I don't know what I was thinking. Dad, you're right. My shirt is in. Let me go fix it. Herein lies a great problem. We can't do that anymore. For some reason, no one your shirt is inside out. No one can tell you something is not right, that you need to be corrected. That's the problem. Where do we go where no one can tell you when you're wrong and you can't be corrected? That's a huge problem. That's a huge miss, in my humble opinion, in our society right now. You can't be corrected when you're wrong. So where's the responsibility? Where? So where does it stop? Because if you don't stop it at phase one, like I said, there's levels to this. If you don't stop it at phase one, ground one, that thing is going to continue to go to level 10. Before you know it, it's at level 20. It doesn't stop. It just will continue to go on and on and on, which become much more of a problem than if you just stopped it and corrected the situation at level one on the ground floor. We got to get back to that. Because if not, the further we go away from watching somebody come outside with their shirt inside out, the reality of what's happening is no longer the reality. Because the reality would be if somebody came to me and told me, you have your shirt inside out. Thank you, I appreciate it. Let me go back inside and change. But whenever you don't have the ability to do that, when someone can't come to you and tell you that something is not quite right, and you got the nerve to get angry, you are that delusioned to think that somebody is correcting you and you don't want to be corrected. Yeah, you might want to run far, far and fast away from those types of people. And I don't care how much power you have. I don't care how much money you have. Delusion is delusion. And there's no reality in being delusional. So inside out, if you can't correct those inside out type thinkers and those inside out type people, then you need to run fast and far in the other direction. Allow your life to be corrected when you're doing something wrong and someone can tell you. Allow your friends, your family, your loved ones, because at the end of the day, if they're really on your side, they're not going to let you walk out your house with your shirt on inside out. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Take care.